All right, my friends, we are officially at the very first game of the season. Premier League or bust for Nottingham Forest. Evangelos Marinakis is here to save the day. He hopes. Let's find out. Now, as you can see, we've had a pretty decent preseason. We've played some okay teams with Antwerp and Standard Liège. We've beaten some whipping boys too, with Horbury, whoever the heck they are, and Gateshead. And then we just got absolutely crunched by Sporting. 3-0. Wasn't even close. But I'm hoping we have adjusted a little bit and we have the pieces in place to really push us ahead. Maybe not to a title this season, but certainly to something. If we look at some of the players we have brought in, we have brought in Aaron Hickey from Brentford. He is a dual-footed, dual-sided fullback who is primarily going to play on the left side, but it's great to have somebody who can also play on the right side with decent footedness. We spent a boat ton of money on him, $60 million. We'll see if that was worth it, but we had an insane amount, if you remember, to spend, so why not? And then I brought in Alexandro Ribeiro, and for $40 million, I think we picked up a really decent player. He is 6'4", 17 heading, 16 marking, 15 jumping reach, 17 natural fitness. Leadership is there, determination, aggression, tackling. He is going to be a workhorse. And we had to pick him up, one, because, we were a little low on center backs, but also because Murillo decided that he wanted to get paid an insane amount of money by Al Ittihad, and that's what happened. So we sold him for $65 million to Al Ittihad, and he is getting currently paid somewhere around $750,000 a week. And obviously, we could not afford that. Thankfully, we got that in. Morata also got sold for around $16 million to Brentford. That's another center back down. So we still need some center back help. And then we sent Taiwo Awoni on loan to Sunderland. But I think he's got like a $39 million loan fee attached to that, which is great. We still have a couple of people that we are reaching out to. We are in desperate need of center defensive mids. And I've reached out to Sporting just to kind of see where their head is at. Because, we have dumb money. We have spent a lot of cash, but we've also brought in quite a bit. We only have a $19 million net spend. And if you remember, we had $111 million to spend in that first episode. So we have some finances backing us. We are currently sitting at $108 million ready to spend, ready in our budgets. We've got about $200,000 in wage. We're going to be pulling in some big people. But first, we need to make sure that we beat Brentford. Our very first starting lineup to try and do that, we have Sells in goal, Hickey, Alexandro, Milinkovic, and Ola Aina across the back, Yates and Sangari at the double pivot, Hutchinson, Gibbs-White, and Hudson-Odoi across the attacking midfield three, and Callum Awendu up at the striker position. All right, so this is the very first game that I am playing in FM26. I have tried really hard to keep it as secret as possible. I've seen a couple of the videos roll around online, but this is the first time I am playing in the new match engine. Obviously, it looks gorgeous. These are all the things that we saw. This swoop in is incredible. That's gorgeous. These are all the things that we saw in the video, like the teaser trailers and all of this. But yes, everything's a little boxy and pixelated when we get really up close. But this is incredible. This looks so pretty. Let's hope it plays that way. I've gotten so excited I forgot who is what. All right, we're red. Sorry. All right, Coyote gets it in to Rossi. Jensen out to Coyote. He fits it into the box. Matt Sells with the punch. Jensen out to Rico Henry, who takes a pop and puts it up and over. So, as you can see, it's a little different. The camera angles, I had to pause the video, the stream, switch some of those things around. Kalamawendo with the hit. Cannot even trouble Kelleher. So far, this looks pretty crazy. I'm going to have to probably slow that down a bit because I have absolutely no idea what's happening. Omari Hutchinson has it on the right side, puts it in. Ryan Yates. Oh! And we are slow to react. That ball was just hanging out in the center. Ola Aina is the player back. Picks it up. All right, I'm gonna fix this speed. No wonder I couldn't see it. It was at 40 times speed. Not that 20 times speed is much better. Morgan Gibbs White to Kalamawendo, back to Morgan Gibbs White. Puts it out wide to Ribeiro, our center back. Back to Ryan Yates, into Ribeiro. Ryan Yates feeds Ribeiro. Oh, man. All right, Ryan Yates gathers it. Aaron Hickey puts it out wide to Omari Hutchinson, Ribeiro, Morgan Gibbs White, and we cannot do anything with it. All right, that might still be a little fast. I'll fix it. I'll adjust it. We'll get this down. All right, Ribeiro, Aaron Hickey, Omari Hutchinson cuts in, skins his defender, up into the corner, dribbles down to the byline. Hudson-Odoi can't get onto it. All right. So Kelleher puts it down. I mean, obviously we're 15 minutes into the first game of the season. Statistically, we're not doing, a whole much. That didn't make any sense. We're not doing a whole lot as Omari Hutchinson goes and crushes through Ola Aina with the overlap, gets it into the box. Come on now. Out to Omari, who puts a deep ball in. Kalamawendo is just not the answer at striker. This is an unfinished team. We still have quite a bit to do in the transfer market. I mean, obviously, we've got quite a bit of money to do it. It's just we're seeing that initial resistance from established players to come to Nottingham Forest. Sangari, oh, feed him it. Kalamawendo, what was that shot? Okay, it was a corner kick. I loved that little flick up that he had there to get the ball. That's very realistic. Aaron Hickey with the hit and nothing there. So, I mean, still, if we look at the transfer window, we have just under a month to go. I would love to get a legitimate striker in my, transfers out search, or I guess transfers in search. The only person that was an established player that we could go for was Ivan Toney, and he had zero interest. Michael Coyote with the yellow card. It looked like he crushed Omari Hutchinson. I guess he's tired of getting skinned by him. So he didn't want to come. Ivan Toney didn't want to come. So we're going to have to look for goals elsewhere. That looked like a great opportunity. All right, I'm gonna fix that speed because we're still going too fast, I think. Let's see what 10 speed gets us. All right, Aaron Hickey plays it right to a Brentford player. Milinkovic into Ryan Yates, up to Omari Hutchinson, out wide to Aaron Hickey on the overlap. Let's go. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Omari Hutchinson again is just killing Coyote. Aaron Hickey with the hit. Oh, that was arrowing up into the top corner, and Kelleher gets across. I guess we can, I mean, this isn't showing up, which is weird. I wish we knew what the statistics were. We're now 25 minutes into the game. I think we would probably go to attacking because or not attacking, positive, because we've definitely had a good chunk of the game in our hands. Kelleher gets it played back to him by Vandenberg, puts it up only as far as Milinkovic, and then Sangari gets cut down from behind, and all they're going to get is a warning. That was like a chop. Had a brain fart there and couldn't think of any lumberjack that I know. Not that I know any lumberjacks, but Paul Bunyan. Callum Hudson-Odoi goes wide to Ola Aina. Sangari loses it, but Ryan Yates picks it up. Callum Mwendu comes narrow. Aaron Hickey feeds it in back to Omari Hutchinson. All right, I'm gonna say that we're still getting used to the tactics, because it's kind of slow. Again, I can't tell you how slow because we have zero information to go on. It's all just kind of eyeball test, but Omari Hutchinson has been the best player on the field. I mean, they're playing with a back seven, and he is still just dribbling in through everybody. Callum Hudson-Odoi to Sangare, Ryan Yates up to Morgan Gibbs-White, who has not been as, I mean, he got tackled from behind there. They've been very aggressive, Brentford. All right, Morgan Gibbs-White in, goes low to Kelleher's left and can't slot it in. I mean, that's been his most creative run of play right there, and he can't do anything with it. This left side is looking really good between Omari Hutchinson and Aaron Hickey, and here they are on the ball again. Aaron Hickey is going to feed in. No, he's going to dribble. Yep, there you go. Hutchinson. Aaron Hickey cuts in. He had the space. Aaron Hickey is going to beat his player, comes all the way back to Ola Aina. He drops it down. I'm going to be so freaking stoked when we finally score a goal, because I mean, it's been essentially one-way traffic this entire game. I mean, we can't look at the statistics, but I mean, if we look at the ratings, our whole left side of the field between Omari Hutchinson, Aaron Hickey, I mean, even Ryan Yates has been playing really well on that left defensive mid role. Yeah, I mean, right here, Hutchinson, Hickey, Ryan Yates have been playing super well together. We haven't done anything else the rest of the field. Callum Mwendu is just non-existent. Further highlighting the fact that we need a legitimate striker. Maybe it was a mistake selling Awoni before we really figured out whether he was going to play or whether it was going to be Callum Mwendu. Morgan Gibbs-White to Aaron Hickey, and then Callum Hudson-Odoi puts it right to Kelleher's hands, and that is halftime. We have survived, I guess, the first half. I mean, in reality, I mean, you look at the match momentum, they had that last little bit, but it hasn't, I mean, our XG has been fantastic. I say fantastic. Comparatively speaking, they got one tiny little blip of XG there toward the end, but we have steadily been climbing, which hopefully gives me some something to go into the halftime talk with, and kind of push them to be a little more dangerous here in the second half. And as we get kicked off, Ribeiro is into Ryan Yates. I don't know what tactical changes we made, but Callum Mwendo back to Morgan Gibbs-White, who hits it right up against the center back. That was a pretty cool... Oh, now they're on the break, though. Kevin Schade cuts inside of Ola Aina. Ooh, boy, that was dangerous looking. I loved Callum Mwendu's takedown there. I mean, I'm sure we can look back at it, but came up and over his shoulder and he stuck a leg out and just cradled it back into his body and then put it back to Morgan Gibbs-White. And, you know, obviously we didn't do anything with it, but Rico Henry back to Ethan Pinnock. Jensen into Hendo. Up to Thiago. I mean, they have definitely changed some things at halftime. Rico Henry into the box. Jensen goes and launches it wide of the mark is what it says. That was about as wide as it could possibly be. I'm going to have to take a look here at this right side because currently I have Hudson-Odoi playing out there as a winger, but he's sporting a 6'5". Callum Mwendo, Sangare, Morgan Gibbs-White. Hit it, buddy. No! Oh, man. Kelleher pushes it against the post, and then we push it into somebody's leg or body or something. I don't know. Kelleher gets a hand up there. Aaron Hickey puts it right into Kelleher's hands on the near post. Ooh. I'm going to need to start making some changes here. So, yeah. Hudson-Odoi is playing as a winger, and, I mean, he is right-footed. He should be able to play out there. His crossing is decent out that way. So, I mean, maybe it's just he doesn't have anybody to play with. Ola Aina is playing a 6'4" right now. I think after this highlight, I'm going to make some changes. Maybe I'll bring in Ndoye out on the right side. Nico Williams also out on the right side as a fullback. Oh, Rico Henry. That's now 2 bounced off the post. Callum Hudson-Odoi can't beat his freaking player. He is useless. Ethan Pinnock picks the ball up, gets it out to Rico Henry. They are just feeding Rico Henry right now. Jordan Henderson up to Thiago. Michael Coyote. Omari Hutchinson, good for you, buddy. Good for you. Morgan Gibbs-White back to Aaron Hickey. Let's, pass the ball to each other 2 feet from the other person's legs. Matt Sells comes out of the box. Aaron Hickey blows past DeRossi. Ribeiro is playing up the field. I mean, we've got a single center back. I might have to take a look at that. DeRossi, that's got to be a card. If you remember in the first half, he cut down Sangare or somebody from behind, and now he does the same thing. Didn't get a card that time. Does the same thing to Aaron Hickey. All right, I'm going to make some subs. All right, so I'm bringing Dan Ndoye on for Callum Hudson-Odoi, Chris Wood in for Callum Mwendo, Elliot Anderson in for Sangare, and Nico Williams in for Ola Aina. There is plenty of time, but we got to do something about it. All right, Michael Coyote in to Sepp Vandenberg. Collins up to Hendo. Thiago. Jensen, Ndoye already making waves out to Nico Williams. Nico Williams is certainly a more creative. There he is. He's already gone up the field. More creative than Ola Aina. Milinkovic out wide to Aaron Hickey. See him now. Come on, Aaron. Hit him. Oh, my Lord. Taken from behind. Thank you, Diego Rossi. Holy Christmas. That's 3-4 tackles from behind. All right, we are now up one player. If we don't score a freaking goal here. Ryan Yates out to Ribeiro. Ryan Yates again. Milinkovic, we're just playing around with it in the back. This is usually where bad things happen. Morgan Gibbs-White cuts right through the center, and we can't do anything with it. Nico Williams can't beat Sade to it. Milinkovic goes out to meet Kevin Sade. Nico Williams with the stretch to win. And Nico Williams is going to get a card. Pointless. Pointless. You had him in the bag. We are not doing very much here. Jiminy. Now they've got a free kick out on our left side. Hendo is going to put it into the box, presumably. They're still down one player. Ryan Yates. Oh. I wonder when the first goal is going to come. Hopefully, it's for us, not against us. Matt Sells plays it into Ryan Yates. Elliot Anderson and Ryan Yates are just passing it back and forth. I mean, Omari Hutchinson has been spectacular. Hendo with the hard tackle. But we have nobody to go to that like wants the ball up top. Nico Collins, Elliot Anderson, Omari Hutchinson, again, just crushing the defender. Kelleher wins it out to Chris Wood. Why not give that to Nico Williams? Omari Hutchinson, back to Hickey, back to Hutchinson, cuts it back to Aaron Hickey, puts it into the box. Win it, Milinkovic. Win it again, Milinkovic. All right. Ribeiro. This is frustrating. I'm going to go crazy when our first goal is scored because the weight on this is nuts. Aaron Hickey. Why are we not playing Omari? Why is he not staying wide? Omari Hutchinson in. Seth Vandenberg gets in front of the ball first. Ribeiro wins it back out to Hickey. Into Morgan Gibbs-White. Lays it off. Chris Wood. Maybe that's our striker. We play short, long. Chris Wood gets on the end of it. Off the Ryan Yates assist, Aaron Hickey plays it into Morgan. Morgan drops back to Ryan Yates, threads it into Chris Wood in the one-time effort, near post down to Kelleher's right. No way he's going to save that. And Chris Wood is our very first Nottingham Forest goal scorer, sporting a 7-6, having played 9 minutes. So he might be our striker, at least for the next couple of games. We're pushing here into the 70th minute. I have to keep track. I mean, we're the first game of the season, so hopefully people aren't tired, but I'll have to keep track of maybe some things we can do to adjust. Coming up on 73, 74 minutes. We haven't had a highlight yet. I say that, and then we get one. Dan and Doy cuts inside. He's going to go center. No, he's not. He's going to, instead of passing to the open person, he's going to just pass it to the big group of people. Nico Williams cuts it back to Aaron Hickey. Beautiful find. Aaron Hickey is not a striker. Our center back, Ribeiro, getting onto the ball. Michael Coyote throws in a tackle, but Ribeiro out to Ryan Yates. Nico Williams into Elliot Anderson. Ndoy. And Nico Williams goes and pops it up and over. All right, let me see. I'm going to go ahead and make some adjustments. This last one, I've got James McAtee, Renan Lodi, or Douglas Louise. I mean, Morgan Gibbs-White is sporting a 6-7. My 12-year-old would be incredibly embarrassed I just did that. Nico Williams is on a yellow card, but we just brought him in. Aaron Hickey has been incredible. All right, I think I'm going to bring McAtee in for Morgan Gibbs-White. Let's pep that talk. I've said it for all the players. I mean, I'm fine if we don't get another highlight because we got the highlight that counted and we are up 1-0. We are tipping into the 80th minute here. Ryan Yates gets tackled in the box. No? Okay. Puts it back to Kelleher. Kelleher lumps it forward to Ribeiro, who's just going to... Nope. He could have touched it. He had the time. And then Thiago is going to feed in Kevin Sade. Ribeiro, are you kidding me? You have to be joking. One, what an awful ball to give up in the first place. And then Sade goes and dribbles right into Ribeiro. Ribeiro gives the ball right back to Sade, 4 feet from goal. And then Matt Sells gets beaten on his near post. All right, well, let's go attacking and just kind of go crazy for it. I might even make some adjustments. All right, so those team instructions were a lot to process. Yes, I'm not going to make any adjustments to the actual formation, but I have increased the creativity. I've asked people to dribble, so let's see if that gets us anything. Kevin Sade heads it up to Milinkovic, plays it out to Hickey, play it inside to all our numbers. Omari Hutchinson plays it all the way back to Milinkovic, out wide to Elliot Anderson. Ndoye, look at that overlap. Come on, Nico. Come on, Nico. Come on, Nico. Into the box, Chris Wood again. He is our striker. Who needs a striker? We've got a Chris Wood. Chris Wood lays it on him. Let's go. Nico Williams flies into that end line. Dan Ndoye releases him, goes down into the end line, cuts it all the way across, and just poor goalkeeping play from Kelleher. Lets it skirt right in front of him, 2 feet in front of his face, and we are up top on Brentford yet again. I guess I'm going to see this out, and then I'm going to make some adjustments to what we're doing. Rico Henry is going down. Dan Ndoye is going to win the ball. The little cutback. James McAtee puts it up to nobody. Kelleher, what are you doing, buddy? All right, Kelleher goes and runs way out of his box. That's definitely not something you would have seen. So a couple of changes. Chris Wood going for the big throw, presumably. Huge throw into Milinkovic. Doesn't get to it, but Dan Ndoye does. He has played so much better than... Why not square that to Chris Wood for the hat trick? Oh, Dan Ndoye has played so much better than Callum Hudson-Odoi, so I think he may have earned himself a second start. Mari Hutchinson floats it into the near post, misses the first guy. Mari Hutchinson out to Nico, go drive that end line. Nico cuts it in, Dan Ndoye, and it's going to bend for a throw-in. Could have gone out for a corner kick. All right, we are ticking toward the end. 5 minutes of stoppage time. Michael Coyote gets it in for the throw-in. Hendo out to Collins. Kevin Sade again. Watra. Coyote. Oh, with the big miss. Huge miss. I don't know what a lot of these mean right now. Haven't had the chance to look through them. But Aaron Hickey wins another ball out to Omari Hutchinson. And McAtee goes and puts it right into a blue shirt. Kevin Sade again out to Watra. Oh. Matt Sells with the save. We are holding on by the skin of our teeth. Hendo sends it in. Michael Pinnock, their goalkeeper, is up. Can we win the ball? Kelleher. We cannot. It's interesting to see Kelleher take the shot, though. I don't think we would have seen that in FM24. Aaron Hickey out to Milinkovic. Ribeiro. Again, they're just playing back and forth with each other. This is not how I like to play. All this central stuff. This is how I want to play. Dan Ndoye beating his man Nico Williams into the box. And Hendo puts it out for a corner. All right, Omari Hutchinson is going to float it in, hopefully, onto Chris Wood's head. We're taking our time here. Got less than a minute to go. Oh, he's playing short to James McAtee, who just crushes that defender. I don't know who that was, but he just scoop turned him. Omari Hutchinson back out to take another corner. Maybe we go short. Look at the easy short and keep it in the corner. Easy short, keep it in the corner. We don't even have to stand here. Now we're just pissing the refs off. He's going to have to send it in. And Kevin Sade wins it again. All we have to do is tackle and clear. Just tackle in clear. And we give them a free kick. Omari Hutchinson grabbed a bit too much of his shirt. This is not what we need right now. All we had to do was play it short into the corner, drain the clock, or just tackle him. All right, Nico Williams with the win. Dan Ndoye just put it up. James McAtee, great switch, James. That is our first win of the season. 2-1 over Brentford. I'll take that. We're slapping the ground. We're all excited. They are distraught. It's frustrating that it took that much to beat a 10-man Brentford, but we'll say that was good. I am finally able to look at the match stats after I went to my little match report email. Nothing else is showing up, so report that bug. But match stats wise, I mean, we absolutely owned them. 11 shots on target, 28 shots, and we only beat them 2-1. So Kelleher had a phenomenal game. 2.5 XG, 10 corners, 63% possession. Yeah, good for us. I mean, it's not showing me anything. That is frustrating. I need that to be fixed. All right, so I am going to do a pretty sizable amount of work in the background here. We've got the Europa League coming up, and so I'll bring you back for our first game of that. Then I'll pick one of the Premier League games to come back in on as well, and make the next episode 2 matches. Then we'll have the transfer special, and I'll look to finish the season in another episode or 2 to try and see if we can burn through this and see what we can do in our first season here at Nottingham Forest. I appreciate you sticking with me. The last video was awesome. I got over 100 views on that, which is my first video getting over 100 views. So, to celebrate and all of that, please like, subscribe, turn on notifications. I want to continue to pump out more of this for you. Check out some of the shorts that I've recently put up. All of the information, the tutorials, all of that stuff is really good information. Watch this video here, and thank you for watching.